This is back in 2012 when the world was supposed to end again because the Mayan calendar said so, and millennials were in their 20s. We were exploring ourselves and letting ourselves go. This is when I met a part of Indian society that I would eventually begin to hate. So, I would like to call this segment Repressed Emotions of Indian Society and the evil that comes with it. So, this is a trend globally, obviously. Everyone, when they reach their teens, they start developing. In their 20s, almost everyone, explores themselves, explores relationship, or bodies, or emotions. It's natural, it's a natural part of being, right? Different cultures do it differently. In India, what I experienced was a lot of repression, as in, we were loud, right? We were open and loud, and although at the time we didn't get it, but Indian society was punishing us for it. Here's the thing, I don't know why it's just Indian society that does this. By the way, it's not everyone. There's a specific part of our society that openly punishes teenagers and everyone actually to be loud and proud of themselves. Like, there's no concept of healthy sexual expression of any kind. PDA is extremely frowned upon. Alright, it doesn't matter who you are, what you are. It is extremely frowned upon. Like, it doesn't matter you have discovered, invented, whatever the fuck. Like, it doesn't matter you have completed your social duties. Still, it is one of your core social duties to stay away from PDA. Right? Now, this is weird, but back in 2012, us millennials were extremely expressive. There were nudist movements amongst us. We had wild parties that were comparable to South American culture, which is being in the streets, openly expressing our sexuality, and there were people who actually got nude and shit in Bangalore. And it was a huge scandal of a kind because it made the headlines of a national newspaper that some college students were apparently being hooligans. On the opposite of the spectrum, there were also people who were politically active, and they also made the headlines, but neither of those groups were positively rewarded by any part of society, by the way. Both were punished for expressing ourselves, right? So it's like, we want us to be socially active and do our duties, or do you want us to enjoy? And in both cases, society was like, no, we don't want you to have power of any kind. Which is weird because that isn't power. Expressing your thoughts isn't power. It is power, actually. It is a powerful feeling, but it is a positive thing. Like, you meet any intellectual and ask them, how do you develop your intellect? You express yourselves. Whatever it is, you start organizing your thoughts, and that's how you develop your intellect. And I don't know why, what instinct, what alarms we triggered, what it was that happened, like what made these idiots do what they did. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying this because there are generations, younger generations that will go through the same route, and I think they will feel like it is happening to them specifically. But trust me, I understand. It is like a covert mission that is being carried out in Indian societies, wherein everyone, it doesn't matter who it is, everyone that expresses themselves are secretly being taken out. And the really weird part is that it isn't organized thing. It isn't an organized thing. It is like an underlying principle of our society itself, which I don't know who the fuck installed. Like, who it was. Like, maybe it was the Britishers, maybe it was other foreign invaders. I don't want to cause any shit. I am seriously just interested in knowing why it is the way it is. You know, we had actual artists that were doing tasteful ludist photography, which is a concept of European origin in India. This was happening in India, and it became a whole thing. And once it was like a functioning entity, people came in. By people I mean older people came in, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Older people came in and they just took over. And it's okay, taking over, obviously it is good. Grooming and all that shit, mentorship and all, it's fine. But problematic part was that the first step of them taking over was just making sure that everyone was really quiet about it and made no noise. Like, not like cause any drama or anything, just like complete silence. Which is really, really weird. I think this is how our language died, It might be like there was a time in our history when our specific languages were flourishing, because think about it. Language is how we communicate, right? Society communicates with an individual. An individual communicates with another individual by using language. And once you stop using language and start relying upon body language, subliminal text or subconscious communication, subtextual communication, language dies. I don't know. Like, I know there is something really powerful here, but I'll find the right words someday. And they will be simple and they'll form a powerful idea. But for now, just all I want to say is, I think that's how we died as a society in India. The day we stopped using communication and started relying on body language and emotions. Like, raw emotions are never, like, look at the cultures that rely on extreme emotional expression. Even they use some sort of medium to express those emotions. No one purely uses just their emotions to communicate. Like, emotions are secondary. We have to build something on top of that. And in India, it seems that we have, I don't know, it's a fucked up thing. You have to come here and actually experience our culture in order to understand what I'm trying to say. And once you do, you have to just, I guess, decide it for yourself. Just know that if some weird shit, some loud shit happens with you in complete secrecy, you're not alone. Like I am acknowledging there is a problem, and I think that's a step in positive direction for India, at least.